Hi guys, this is Miss Jermaine, and I wanted to take a few minutes to go through slide number 6 because I'm seeing a lot of people having trouble with it. So let's take a moment and take a look at it. So I'm going to present it, and we're going to go full screen, and we're going to take a look at what we have to do here. Okay, so while this is loading, let me just plug in my mouse so it's a little bit easier, right? Next time. Okay, so as we look at slide number 4, no, it's not 4, it's 5. Sorry, guys. Our job here is to, it asks us to convert between number exponent form and positive only exponent form. So let's take a look at what we have here. We have some examples here that were given to us completely filled out in the top 2 rows. So when we look here, we were given, for example, we were given a number, and we had to find out what that exponent would be, what number to what power would get me this number right here. Same thing here, but this time we have a fraction. So we need to remember that when we have a fraction with a number 1 in the numerator, it's going to be an exponent with a negative. It's going to be an exponent with a negative exponent here. So we find that 3 to the 5th power is equal to 243, but because it's in the denominator of this fraction with a numerator of 1, we're going to have to say that it's 3 to the negative 5th power. Okay, and then just like we learned in lesson number 7, slide 16, we can't leave this exponent like this because it's not going to be 100% accurate and it's not the best representation of it. So we have to take it and we have to inverse it. We have to inverse our number because remember, we can always say that this number right here is like saying 3 to the negative 5th power. And we can always say it's over 1, okay? But so if we inverse our fraction, we're going to say it's equal to 1 over 3 to the 5th power. So once we do that, we have two examples here that we have, and we can use these 2 examples, these 2 rows here, to help us with the second piece here. So when we go here, we want to make sure that when we're looking here at this 3rd row, we have 125, the square root of 125. So we already know that since this is a radical or a square root that doesn't have a number on the outside here, there is no number on the outside, we know that it's going to have to be fractional and that the denominator is going to have to be a 2. So if we say it's going to be some number, I'm going to put an X for now because I don't know what it is, and raised to the something divided by something power, okay? And we said we already know our denominator is going to be 2. Okay, so we can say to ourselves, what is a number that when either squared or cubed would give me 125? So I can say to myself, oh, that ends in a 5, so I like that. And I can say, oh, geez, that's really going to look like 5 to the 3rd power. Okay, that's really small right here. 5 to the 3rd power. So if we're saying that inside this parentheses here, let me just click here. Sorry, guys. It's like saying 5 to the 3rd power. We're going to get rid of this x now because we know that our base is going to be 5, and it's going to be to the 3rd power, and then we divide it by 2 because we have this square root symbol here. Okay? So, good. Now, we know here this is going to be a fraction of some sort. And when we do 2 to the 6th power, we know that that's equal to 64. So we're going to write it as 1 over 64, or 1/64. And then if we have to write it as a positive only exponent form, we're going to have to, remember, reciprocate our fraction. So it's going to be 1 over this exponent here made positive, 2 to the 6th power. Okay? Good. Now let's take a look at this first one here. Now this isn't too bad. All you need to do is in your calculator, you need to type in 6 to the 7th power. This will get you the number 279, comma, 936. Okay? Now, for this piece here where we have only the positive only exponent form, my advice to you is to go backwards. So start at this last box here and work your way back. So I know that if I have 1 over 4 to the 4th, that's like saying this denominator here as an exponent with a negative exponent attached to it. So it's going to say 4 to the negative 4th power. Making sure that you're putting the negative 4 in parentheses so that when you go to type it into Desmos, if that's where you're going to find your answer, it's going to make sure that it stays negative like this. So you need to, if you have this negative here, negative 4, you need to put it in the parentheses, okay? So then when you go and you type it into your calculator, we know it's going to be a fraction with a numerator of 1. So we're going to say 1 over, and then when we type in 4 over 4 or 4 to the 4th power, that can be simplified to 256. Okay, 1 over 256. Good. So for this one here, like I said, we want to, in my comments that I've put on some of your things, I said to you, you want to look for a number that's going to be cubed. This one's kind of tricky. You're going to have to do a little bit of guessing and checking here. So I'm not actually going to do this one. All I'm going to say is going to be some number cubed. Boom. That one's going to be your challenge. Let me just make this font a little bit smaller. Okay. Okay. So now we're looking at the last row here. Oh, geez, we have another fraction of 1 over something. So we're going to have a negative exponent here. So it's going to be what number? Geez, 81. Ooh, I love that one. That one's a perfect square. So I'm going to say to myself, geez, what number times itself gets me 81? And it's going to be 9 to the 2nd power, right? But that 9's a perfect square as well. So we can simplify that even more, and we can say to ourselves, it's going to be equal to 3, to the 4th. Ooh, but it's a fraction. So what am I going to have to add to that exponent? I'm going to have to add 2 things. Trick question. I'm going to have to put parentheses around it because it's going to be a negative, right? So it's going to be a parentheses, negative 4, close the parentheses. If we were to write it now as a positive only exponent, that means I'm going to have a fraction with a numerator of 1. I'm going to have 1 over 3 raised to the 4th power. And because I don't have, sorry guys, just because I put it in this denominator now, I don't have to put these parentheses around it because it's not like a negative 4, it's just a positive 4. Last one down here. Simple, simple, simple. You need to take your calculator, you need to type in 2 to the 9th power, and you're going to solve it, and you're going to get a number of 512. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this helped you as you went through this activity in the lesson. Make sure that you're not using this video just for the answers. Maybe use it if you're struggling a little bit. Awesome. Okay, guys. Awesome. Reach out with other questions. Okay, bye, guys. Awkward. Sorry, guys.